Hello! Welcome to a good special episode of Ongaku To You. I'm your host Ken, and with me we have Luna.
Hello, everyone.
And Gray.
What's happening, everybody?
Yeah, I didn't know how to start this episode, but here we are.
Yes. We're doing
So,
something a little different today, but
it's gonna
awesome.
sound a little different. It's gonna look a little different too, because this is gonna be exclusively on the YouTube. So go like, rate, subscribe. Tell us if we're horrible or not.
Yes. Press the like button. Please subscribe. Feel free to leave comments in the video.
So, we'd love to hear from everyone and see what your thoughts are on this special episode.
Yeah, we'll talk more about the commenting later on, but yeah, just
Yes.
this is going to be a little special episode. Probably if you see, as in the title, we are talking about last season's top openings and endings. We're doing a little riff on these. So the winter season for 2020 it didn't just end. It probably ended like maybe a week or two ago. So
Yes.
we wanted to talk about the openings and endings for the season. We watched a good like close to 80 or 90 or so songs, and we pretty much got every single opening and ending that we could possibly listen to. Took us a time, but we finally did it, and we are doing a little of a top 5 of what we thought was our favorites of the openings and endings for this season. We made a little bit of a disclaimer though, so the whole theme of this episode of why we're doing it is pretty much if we listen to these songs is will it entice us to go watch the anime? And it could be the opening, the ending, or both, because we do have some pairings here. And it was a little bit difficult to just pick one for the openings and endings between those shows because they complemented each other very much so. So we'll implement this rule here. And debating on how well this episode goes, we'll probably be continuing it on for spring also. And it might be the last one for a while because oh boy. Yeah. But yeah, with that, let's kind of bring up our kind of special mentions here, and we'll kind of just go round table style, and we'll just list off our quick honorable mentions and kind of just give a one or two word about it before we continue on to our fives. And why don't you go first, Luna?
All right, so two of mine I'm not going to mention yet as they're in someone's top 5, but I'm going to start with Magia Record Maho Shoujo Madoka Magica Gaiden. So that's the spin-off of Madoka Magica, and I loved the ending, which was Alicia by Claris. It made my honorable mentions due to I'm gonna watch it anyway. I am a huge Madoka Magica fan, and this was already on my list, and I think it was just the icing on the cake that it had amazing music. I love the opening as well with Trisail, but I thought Claris knocked it out of the park with the ending theme Alicia. My other honorable mention is Lead the Way by Aina Aiba from Card Fight Vanguard. Shime no Mon Hen, and I'd never seen Card Fight Vanguard. It seemed really interesting, but that song was amazing, and I thought Aina Aiba's voice was awesome. My other honorable mention was Fate Grand Order Zetai Machu Sensen Babylonia, and it's Demonic Front Babylonia, I think was the English translation, and that was Prover by Millet. I love Millet. I love the song from Since I Heard It. I didn't include it in my top 5 because I'm a huge Fate Stay Night fan, and as soon as this comes to Blu-ray, I will be buying it like I bought every single other one. My other honorable mention was Dorehe Dodo, and the ending theme 3, DDD by No Name. That was my honorable mention, as this song was so freaking weird, and I didn't care for the other two endings or the other opening, but this one made me want to watch an episode or two just to see if the show is just as weird as the ending theme. And my other one, I think we'll talk about in someone's top 5.
What about you, Gray? Do you have any honorable mentions you want to bring up?
Yes, I do. So, starting off, I wanted to give a shout out to the Magic Monica spinoff, Alicia by Claris. That was a really good song. I did really enjoy that. It actually probably would have made my list, but I never watched the original, and I want to watch the original before I watch the new one. It's on my to do list, so as it stands, like this is just an honorable mention because I'll get around to it eventually, but it's not going to be tonight or anything like that. So that was one of them. One of the other ones that I had, a lot of my honorable mentions wound up on everyone's top fives. So I'm not going to have as many as Luna did. But one of the other ones I do want to give a shout out to is the ending for Bofuri, which is Play the World by Riko Sasaki. I felt like it was just a fun way to cap off that show, and it looked really cute. So I wanted to give a shout out to that. And other than that, that's pretty much my top five. Or that's pretty much my honorable mentions.
So the honorable mentions for me is the card fight of Vanguard. I love Aina Aiba, but I feel personally attached to it already, and I'm already watching Vanguard because I played the game. So there's that. The entire season for Bang Dream. I'm personally invested in Bang Dream already, and unfortunately, I love Pop and Party to death, but those two songs weren't doing so well for me. I love Initial, but it wasn't doing all too hot for me. The other song that I wanted to really talk about also was, and actually it was an insert song, so this is a little special case that I made, and it was Heroes 2 by the My Hero Academia, the Class 1 song, and that song was really good. It was sung in English. Unfortunately, it wasn't the English voice actress that sung it, it was someone else, and that kind of ruins my lovely idea of how Jiro is supposed to sound, but so that was one thing that how I was interpreting it. I don't think that the English voice I would like to believe the English voice actress sung that little intro part that she did when she was getting to become the singer, but I don't think so. I think it was all that the person that sung this song for Hero 2. But it's really good, and it really shows the heart of what My Hero Academia is, even though it's probably one of the weaker segments of the show, but it led up to the most best finale of all time. We won't get on this because I know you haven't watched it yet, Luna, but it was like the best finale of all time. I was like in tears.
It's good. It's good stuff.
It's so good. But yeah, with that, let's continue on to our top five. So we'll do round robin. So it'll be Luna, Gray, and then me, and then we'll continue on to our fours. So why don't you take the mic away, Luna, and give us your number five.
All right, so my number five is Pet, the anime Petal, and I chose the ending theme entitled Image by Meimei Siren. And the reason I chose this one is the ending animation is so weird, but the song fits so well with it. It is a very interesting song vocal-wise and instrument-wise. It has a like electronica metal type beat, and it definitely fits with what this show is or is going to be, due to it. If I'm correct, it's psychological horror sci-fi type of thing, and that's the look it gave me.
Oh yeah, it did that too.
And I think the composition of this fits perfect to what that's supposed to be. If you listen to it, that would be what I would expect out of that type of show. And I love the vocals for her too. I mean, or for them. I thought it was very interesting and odd and weird. And that's what I'm expecting out of this anime now, is it to be weird, not like the song. I will say something about the opening because I wasn't a big fan of the opening song. However, the animation on it intrigued me. It's very crisp. It is very well done, and it doesn't give anything away, which also makes me want to watch it more.
Yeah, I was going to talk about this too. So, the ending felt like it was balls to the wall rock, and I freaking loved it. So that was the one thing for me about the ending, and the animation did match a lot of what the theme was trying to convey. But that opening was very intriguing. The song didn't make me at all want to watch this anime because I was just
Same.
like, it's out there, and I'm pretty sure it's trying to fit that theme of it being out there. But the opening animation for Pet is freaking amazing. And if I had to give any credit to whoever does the animation opening for this, oh bravo! I would tip my hat for you and toss a coin to you because freaking Timber. Um, because it was amazing, and I loved watching the opening, just the opening for the animation, and it intrigued me so that I wanted to kind of watch this anime. I'm pretty sure I'm not in the right state of mind to watch it, but there's also that.
Yeah, I have never really heard about Pet. This is like, I have never heard of this. I don't know what it's about or anything like that, but the opening animation, especially that opening, is very striking and very visually, like, it'll stick with you for a long while. And just like the imagery alone really gets you enticed in the show and kind of like, what's it going to be about? And the ending is like what Luna says, just like, very on theme, very much like what you would imagine, like how a horror show should end is a good way to put it, and it is definitely like encapsulates that, and like it's like goes all out. Like it starts at 11 and keeps going, just like the way that it just ramps. So it is definitely like balls to the wall, if you don't mind me saying.
Balls to the wall exciting, and it gets you excited to watch another episode. I think that's what that ending theme's going for. And I've actually never heard of Petal until we started looking through this, and seems like my type of show because I'm on the psychological horror streak right now.
And with that, what about yours, Gray?
All right, so for my number 5, I went in a vastly different direction than Luna. I picked the opening for the show Plunderer, which is happily named Plunderer, and it is sung by the wonderful Miku Ito. And I really had a lot of fun with this opening. I felt like it's for an adventure anime, and I really feel like this opening really encaptured that essence of adventure, and we're going to have fun, and it's exciting, and I just felt like it's like artfully done in the opening, and I just really really liked it. I felt like it hits like checks like all the boxes for like a adventure style opening like that, and I just felt like it was very on theme and poignant with the show, and that got me really excited to sit down and watch it.
Yeah, so Ito's voice. She's a voice actress that is part of Bad Dreams. She is the lead singer for Hello Happy World. She encompasses a different vocal style for that entirely. So listening to her natural singing voice is a freaking treat. And her vocal style for Plunder fits this song so much more, and it brings that inspiration to go out and to do that adventure, just like how you were hinting on. The composition adds to that so much more.
Yes.
It adds to that. And like having that let's go grab our things and head out to a brand new thing. It felt like that, like when you listen to We Are for the first time. It brings that sense of wonderment and to go out and look out and venture out to the world. And this kind of thing, I have no idea what this anime is about. It's probably about treasure hunting or something to that adventure. And it fits that. It absolutely freaking fits that.
Yes.
And that's actually, this was one of my honorable mentions. I absolutely loved the song. It was fun. It was cute. It got you excited. And like Ken and Gray said, about going on an adventure, and it gets you in that mood to feel that. And Ito Miku's voice is amazing and just fits so well with this. It got me super excited, and I haven't heard of this show before, so I had to go look it up after because it got me really curious, and I added it to my watch list.
With that, I'll continue on to my number 5, which is going to be the Sun Shower by Asuka from Heya Camp. It's the ending theme for that. And it's, it's a very simple song, very simple composition led by an amazing vocalist by Asuka. But it drawed me into what it needed to be for this particular type of anime where it's just very simple. It's not going to try hard to do much. And at the end of the day, that's what you want to do. You want to sit down and relax and listen to things. It's a nice bookend to what is probably like a very short anime or a very simple anime, to say the least. I like I said, I know nothing about this anime. I haven't looked up anything, but just listening to the song, I'm like, this seems like a nice end to like sit the day out, have a nice cup of hot coffee or like hot cocoa, and kind of just sit down and look over the lake and listen to this song for. And it fit that urge that I needed for a simple song like this.
Oh yeah, no, I totally see where you're coming from, Ken. Like, I really felt like, this is like a kind of the song that you would listen to, like, kind of like by the pool in a weird way, just like catching some sun rays. And it is definitely like very laid back and chill, which I think is a great tone match for the show, and definitely just a good palate warmer for what you're about to watch.
So I agree with this, and should I go into my number 4 because it's the same thing?
Yeah, I guess so, because you're
go
gonna
ahead.
go hand in hand with your number 4.
So we must have been in the same wavelength because I chose this is my number 4. I loved The Sunflower by Asuka, and it pretty much gave me the feel of what Heya Camp is going to be about, aka room camp. And it's your typical slice of life type of nice, cute, chill show. And this song fits the vibe perfectly. The Sunflower is a beautiful track. Asaka has a fantastic voice. And it just fits with this whole theme of it. And I do like my slice of lives. And music for me for slice of lives is a big part of it because it has to get you ready for this show. It has to get you in the mood and the feel for it. And this track fits perfectly with that mood and feel. And just seeing it got me in the mood like, ooh, I'd like this. This would be a nice one to sit, relax to. And with this beautiful theme song, I'm pretty sure I know what I'm getting, and I'm very pleased about that.
I guess with that, let's go to your number 4, Gray.
All right, so for my number 4, the guys on the show know this. I don't know if it's much public knowledge, but slice of life is not typically a genre of anime I tend to watch. Like, I usually watch anime for escapism and to just like go on like high adventures and stuff like that. So I normally don't find myself drawn to that particular genre. But this opening right here just really made me fall in love. And I had already heard about this show, and the premise did sound kind of interesting, so I was kind of met on it. But once I heard the opening for it, I was like, oh, okay, I've got to check out the show. And so the opening is Paradox by Sora Amamiya, and the show is Science Fell in Love, So I Tried to Prove It. And this song is just so much fun, so much full of energy, and I just love like the musical accompaniment that the song has. It just really gets you into it. Like, you can hear the trumpets playing. It's just really nicely sung as well, and it's just like its attitude and like the way it comes across. It's like, okay, so I'm getting ready to watch some really fun rom-com shenanigans, and that really just gets me in the mood to watch a romantic comedy. So this song really knocked it out of the park for me, and really made a show that I was kind of like met on to, okay, now I definitely have to go check this thing out. So this was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I thought it was a very cute song, and I loved Sora Amamiya's vocals. I mean, I think she really fit with that cute, romantic, slice of life theme. And it got me interested to watch it as well, and I do like the I like my slice of life, okay, when I'm in the mood, and some of my rom com type of thing when I'm in the mood. And this one sounded really cute, and the animation looks very beautiful. So I think this, just in hearing her voice with Paradox, seems like it'll fit perfect with it. And it's just such a cute, happy song that makes you feel very good inside. And I'm guessing the show will make you feel the same. Or at least I'm hoping it will.
That would be the goal, hopefully.
Ken, what are your thoughts on this one?
With this song, I love Ayomiya's quirky and upbeat personality that she tries to go with this song, and that's pretty much all you can ask for. And it's a great thing to have that opening and kind of set the tone of what you're going to probably fall in love with. And that's what I ended up really liking about the song. But yeah, with that, let's continue on to my number 4. And it is going to be the Attic Actors by the A3ders. I really have a difficult time of saying this. It's the A3 season spring and summer anime. It's the opening for that one. And, I don't typically listen to the husbandos animes or watch them, but this song brought me into a little bit of closer things of watching this anime with the high composition along with the theme of what this song is about, which is about a stage show, which I actually love going to stage shows. It's probably one of the things that not much people know about me, but it makes me want to watch this a whole lot more because of that theme, and just the composition and everything just was clicking on all cylinders with this song. And we'll talk about clicking on all cylinders when we get to my number 1, but it was like this similarly with my number 1, that everything was firing on all cylinders and it just clicked. And usually I don't watch these kind of animes, but maybe I'll watch it.
Yeah, no, this is a very interesting song, and I know nothing about the show that it comes from or anything like that, but you can definitely feel the energy and like the positive vibes coming from the guys in this, and it definitely looks fun and quirky. I don't know if me personally would go out and watch it, but I certainly see the appeal, and I could definitely see why people would want to watch it just based off of this alone. It's pretty solid song.
Yeah, so I've never watched any of the husbandos anime. I've been interested in some of them. Very intrigued by like Utano Prince Sama, and this one also intrigued me due to the fact that the opening was super catchy, and just the vocals. It got you really interested in what this will be about, and like what type of husbando one. Are they all starting their own idol band? Or are they just all friends? You kind of wonder where this is going, and the stage plays also intrigue me. So I I'm very interested in checking this one out, and I think it would be a good start to get into the husbando ones. I don't know if I want to go down that pipe yet, but this got me intrigued.
And let's continue on to your number 3, Luna.
So mine, I did them hand in hand. It was, I will say, I think the ending is way better than the opening. I only put the opening on there so they go hand in hand. So I chose Seven Deadly Sins, which, if I'm correct, this is season 3. And
Yes.
I've never seen Seven Deadly Sins at all. I've seen, like, I know what the characters look like because I've seen it. I think it's on Netflix. And I've just kind of always bypassed it, thinking, it's probably not my thing. So I loved the ending, which is Good Day by Kana Adachi. And it is one of the most beautiful ending themes. Her vocals are freaking fantastic. Like, I loved her vocals so much in this. And it's just like a relaxing type of song that shows you, it feels like don't give up hope type of thing, and flows really well. So it got me interested in what this anime actually is, especially with a really good ending theme song like that. I know nothing of what it's about. I'm guessing it has something to do with the Seven Deadly Sins, but when I think of that, I think of Fullmetal Alchemist. And the opening intrigued me because it was done by Sid. They did delete and it wasn't the typical Sid song I was expecting, because I've heard a lot of their other songs they've done, and it wasn't as rock. It was more of like a very poppy, like upbeat type of song. It still had a rock feel to it, but it wasn't what I was expecting. But I think this actually intrigued me enough into saying I probably should start watching Seven Deadly Sins, because it did a good job of getting me interested in wanting to see what this is about. I want to see if that ending theme fits with that cute, relaxing theme of maybe one of the characters is all cute. I don't know. So I think it's an action show. I'm gonna go check this one out now. It's on Netflix, so I might have to stream it in a couple weeks and binge it. But I highly recommend checking out Good Day by Kana Adachi. And if you have seen Seven Deadly Sins, maybe it's something, and you haven't watched season 3, this will give you something to look forward to too.
Yeah, so speaking as a person that's seen the first season of Seven Deadly Sins, yeah, it's a high octane action series. Like, think Dragon Ball Z, sort of, but in a fantasy setting. Like, I mean, it's one of those shows where you see people go through mountains, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I loved season 1, and I've always been meaning to get back to season 2, and because I watched season 1 when it first came out, and it took so long for season 2 to come up on Netflix and stuff like that. I just kind of fell out of it, and I think I'm to the point where I'll sit down and watch it when it's all on Netflix. So I'm just kind of waiting for that. But Seven Deadly Sins is a lot of blast, and it's a lot of fun, and it's a very, like, the 2 song choices that they have here are very interesting. I will agree with Luna. I felt like the ending is the superior song, and definitely really does kind of pull you in and draw you in. Although I wouldn't know which character the song would be correlated to. Maybe Hawk, because Hawk's like the heart of that show. I love that character. It's the pig. Just as a heads up, if you don't know, it's the pig. But I love that show to death, and hopefully I'll get back to it one day, because Meliodas' hijinks was always just a blast to watch. But yeah, this is definitely a solid song and a solid ending, and it definitely piques your interest. See what season 3 is all about.
Yeah, I was coming across the same thing also with the opening here. You know, I've listened to Sid a bunch of times, and it it does feel fresh. I will say that much. But I'm used to listening to old Sid, so when I saw that Sid did the opening for this, I was like, "Huh, that's interesting. I can't wait to see what this is about." And then I'm like, "Oh, it's not what I expected, but it is something new, and I'm not gonna knock them for that." Now, for Kana Adachi's one, it was nice to listen to something of her standard, and for someone that hasn't listened to her before, or didn't know anything about her before we did this project, I am highly anticipating any release that she's going to be doing from here on out now.
Yeah, I agree. Hearing her in this was my first experience hearing Kana Adachi, and it just blew me out of the water, and I would watch season 3 just to hear her and that ending theme. It was that good.
Moving on to my number 3 pick, I'm going to talk about. I think I have like the most divisive song on the list. I picked the opening, "Calling You" for Sorceress, Stabber, Orphan. And Orphan is a show, it's been around a long time. I have the first volume of the manga, and I read it. And I always wanted to pick up the original show, and just never had the opportunity. And it's just one of those things where it's like, I really would love to, but just haven't gotten around to it. Just haven't had that opportunity. So the new Orphan series coming out, I was already kind of excited to sit down and watch, and I haven't done so quite yet. And it's been so long, I really don't remember what the series is about. So I'm really interested to check it out. And so I sat down and I watched the opening, "Calling You." And I really thought it was an interesting song choice for the genre that it's in. It's just because I know it's a fantasy series, and here's a rap song. And I mean it's fine. The opening doesn't always have to match the show, but I really felt like it was a very interesting song choice for this series, but I really liked it. I really loved the opening rap to it, and I really liked the line "Destiny is calling" that they sing. I really felt like that was pretty good. I felt like the chorus on the song just finishes really nicely. And so I really wound up enjoying this, and it really made me want to move my viewing schedule, really shift Orphan up in that list, and definitely want to check it out. So I put down Calling You for my third one, and because it really just made me want to go check it out and watch it.
So for me, this song was a little bit meh, just because I did watch the original. If people are wondering when it came out, it actually came out in 1998. So that's when it first aired. I loved the original series. I'm going to specify season 1 only because season 2 is god awful, and I don't recommend anyone ever sitting through season 2. But season 1 is worth checking out, and I bought the whole complete series just because season 1 was that good. I will say this was already on my watch list due to the fact that I loved Orphan and I want them to continue. I'm glad they're rebooting it and continue and follow the manga, because what happened with the original is they pretty much caught up and completely went in a different direction, not to mention studio changes and animation changes and budget. But for me, it was meh just because the song didn't feel like it fit the show. As you're right, it is an action show. It's action, fantasy, adventure type of show. So it didn't really fit for me. It's not a bad track, but I was excited to see you put Orphan on there because it reminded me, oh, this is done airing. I need to watch this. So I'm really glad you did put that on there. I did like the track itself, but if I'd never heard of Orphan, I don't know if I'd go out there and watch it just for this. But because if you're familiar with Orphan, this track will definitely want to make you watch it. Just because seeing that opening animation, you'll get excited seeing it all cleaned up and nice and pretty. Even though I still like that older style, but seeing it come back just put a smile on my face.
Yeah, the animation work for this is absolutely beautiful. If you watch the OP, which is on Funimation's YouTube page, so you can check it out. It's gorgeous stuff.
So, you say you like the opening. I absolutely did not like it. Everything else with the song was fine. The chorus was fan-freaking-tastic, and everything besides the opening didn't fit. It kind of goes with that talk that we had yesterday, where I don't know if it fit well with the song per se.
Yeah.
But that's my only gripe with it. The rest of the song is fine, but just that opening part, it caught me off guard, and I was just like, I wasn't expecting this for an anime. And I can see why people might find it intriguing, but it just was no. I remembered when I initially heard the song, I heard it and I was like, nope. I clicked out of it. I'll visit it later because it was just like, what in the God's green earth am I listening to? But like I said, I understand because maybe people are like, oh, this is so out of the norm of what Orphan is. I don't know anything about this series, but I understand. Well, maybe because it was just so out of the norm, people might be intrigued of it. But for me, it was so out of the norm. I was like, I caught off guard. I was like, no, I'm not gonna listen to this.
Yeah, no worries, and everybody has different tastes, so it's something that we do a lot is it's like if you got different tastes, it's perfectly cool. We're not going to sit here and think less of you for that. So I mean, yeah, it's like I said, it's different, and it's certainly ear catching. I guess would be a better way to putting it, because it's just it grabs your attention. Like when I clicked on it, it's just I was not expecting it, and I think that's why I liked it. It's because it surprised me so much. Because I think you can get and I this expectation of expecting this kind of generic blah sort of opening that just really doesn't go anywhere, and you're like, it's okay. It's got a good melody to it, I guess. It doesn't really stand out, and I'm like, they went bold with this one. They stood out and they went big, and I really appreciated that, and I felt like they just done the stellar job with it.
And then continuing on to my number 3, it is going to be K-Sin Spirits by Chico with Honeyworks for this season of Haikyuu to the Top. And, I like sports anime. I like baseball. The baseball is probably one of the animes that I will always die for. I will die on any mount for it. No pun intended for the mountain part. I love Diamond No Ace. I would have put Diamond No Ace, but I'm already watching it, so I wasn't gonna put it. I would put Major Second next year, but I'm already watching Major Second also. So it was hard to choose a sports anime, and this was one of them. And I know of Haikyuu. I know it as the typical volleyball anime, but the ending for this had such high energy with the energetic vocalist that was put with Honeyworks, and it just simply draws you into this song. Every time I listen to it, I don't know anything about this anime. I just know that it's volleyball and it's very popular, but it makes me want to watch this. It was one of the animes that I was just like, yes, listening to this makes me want to watch it. The opening by Phoenix by Burnout Syndromes, I have my mess with Burnout Syndromes, but it was really solid as well. But the ending, it felt like it was made for this. It was made for this, with just how passionate it was towards the series, and it felt like everything was made for this particular series, and not like how certain animes, they have it open that reminiscently feels like it's a part of it. This feels like it was made for this anime, and that's how I fell in love with this. You can tell the passion that they put into this song.
Oh, I 100% agree with you on this, and I also do enjoy sports anime, but I like the ones that no one probably knows of, like Suzuka, the one about track. And Haikyuu has been on my list to watch, which is why I didn't include it. It was in my honorable mentions. And this ending, though, sold me on it. After I listened to this ending, guess who bought season 3 on Blu-ray? I did. So I had bought seasons 1 and 2. I blind bought them, and I haven't watched them. But this also made me say, you know what? I'm going to buy season 3 because I'm probably going to sit and start binging this soon. And just the vocals on this, the passion, and it really does feel like this song was made for this anime. If you listen to the lyrics for it, my goodness, it fits perfectly with this show. And the animation is absolutely beautiful. Haikyuu has always had great animation for it. And I am very excited to get to this one now, as it's got me more hyped to watch the show.
Yeah, no, this song was in my honorable mentions. I absolutely really enjoyed the song. I thought it was a fantastic, just really fun, high energy song. And I am a Burnout Syndromes fan. I really like their opening that they did for Dr. Stone. And I felt like this was a pretty good song too, but I just feel like this song beats it. It's I would say it's kind of close, but not really. Like this is a good marked step better song than the Burnout Syndrome's opening. So it's really, really good. I think the thing that really stopped this song getting on my top list is because I don't like sports. I don't like sports anime. And so I don't see me ever watching this, but I can appreciate it, and I can appreciate that we have it, and I'm glad that that it almost makes me want to watch it, but I just don't know if I could ever bring myself to pull the trigger, because I'm like, it would probably be more of a character thing for me if I were to ever start watching a sports anime. I was like, well, I'll have to really like the characters and really get into the characters, because them playing the sport does not matter to me.
I understand your criticism. Well, you're not really a sports person as well.
Yes.
And when I was a child, when I was younger, when I was in high school, I wasn't really into sports. The only thing I was doing is golfing, and there was no golfing anime for that reason. So of course I'm not gonna watch and read any other sports anime, but it was the characters that brought me into certain things, and not so much the whole thing of the sports part. It was the character arc, and that pretty much draws me into any sports anime. It has to be the characters. It can't just
it has
be.
to.
It has to be. It can't be the typical shonen thing of, well, yeah, now I can throw harder.
yeah. This is like
you see the
so
development, boring. I would like. This is gonna be a little bit off topic, but I would like you to sit down and just give Diamond No Ace a chance. There's a lot of characters in that, and it's very difficult to kind of pinpoint a favorite, but I have personal stake with this because I was doing subbing at the time for this series. But looking at the characters arcs between certain characters made that show and made me want to watch this show. And this show is particularly more geared for lady fans, and I know that for well because I went to an exhibit when I was in Nagoya a couple of years back when the season 2 was, or act 2 was happening, and there was only women.
That sounds about right.
I bought a shirt and it was for women. And I was like, no, I can never wear this, but it looked nice. But yeah, I have the same gripe with you. That's why I'm very particular about my sports anime. But yeah, I understand where you're coming from, but you should give Diamond No Ace a chance. Like that's
and maybe one day
one personal recommendation I would give you.
And I'm always happy to take recommendations. It's usually me finding time to do things because I feel like I'm juggling like 90 hats. But I'll add it to the list, and I know your affiliation with it, and I was wanting to watch it just because you were affiliated with it for a while, and just have not gotten around to it and stuff like that. So hopefully down the road, eventually, I'd like to check it out, but. Yeah, just like for me. Now, fun fact, I have seen Suzuka, which to me, I know it's a sports anime, but to me, that's a little bit more of like a romance / slice of life anime.
It is, and that's why I think it felt very well. It was sports, however, it still had that romance slice of life aspect to it, so you weren't stuck with it just being sports.
Yeah,
which kind of drew me into that, and I've also enjoyed like Prince of Tennis. I love that because of the characters.
Yeah, like I read a couple of chapters of Prince of Tennis and I could not get into it. I really couldn't. I'm like, I don't.
The anime was really good, and I think because it was more fast paced, and that's what drew me in. It took me a couple episodes. I didn't start from the beginning. I started in the middle. I never got to finish it because they stopped airing it on TV. But that one drew me in, and Ice Shield 21 did, and I don't like football at all. I do like tennis.
Yeah, I know Ice Shield 21's really popular, and that's another show I've always just been like, I get it, it's popular, but I hate football. I don't dislike it. I absolutely despise it.
I feel the same way. I think like for some of the sports, like Haikyuu interested me because I like character development. And even though I feel like there is sports going on, I love character interaction and see how these characters develop over time.
Yeah.
Which is what and I can see why Haikyuu is definitely geared more towards girls because of how the animation is absolutely gorgeous with all these nice looking boys. But I do think some of the sports anime at least does a decent job of mixing it up and relying on a lot of character development with it. But I also understand it's harder to get into, especially if you just have never been a sports fan at all. Whereas like I do enjoy some sports. I like playing them more than I do like watching them. I can understand watching it on TV is also harder for a show. But I think Haikyuu is one that I don't know. It's one that's been popular lately, and I'm excited to dive into it and see how the characters go with it and see how they do their character interaction and development. That's what I'm most excited about.
But yeah, with that, let's continue on to our numbers twos. So go right ahead, Luna.
My number two is actually Koisuru Asteroid, aka Asteroid in Love, and I picked both the opening and the ending for it. And I will say the ending is what originally drew me into it because it is an absolutely beautiful ballad. It is called Yozora, and it is done by Minori Suzuki, and she just has a fantastic freaking voice. And this song pulls you in as it's pretty much like a love story type of ballad. And you know what kind of show you're getting with the title Koisuru Asteroid. You know it's going to be a love story slice of life type of thing. And I do like those, and this ballad makes it worth it. And it sounds like an absolutely beautiful show, and it looks gorgeous. The animation for this fits with Yozara so much that I just loved watching the ending theme. And the opening is also a nice tune that it just is fits with the theme of the show, and that is Aruite Iko by Nao Toyama, and it's a really cute, happy song. And so you, like I said with the ending, you know what you're getting. You're getting a love story slice of life show that looks absolutely beautiful, and both these songs go perfect with it. And you can tell these two tracks together were really made to flow with the show as one. When you hear Aruite Iko and then you hear Yozara, you can tell they're related to the same show, as that's what they were going for. They wanted something that encompassed the whole show and what it will be. And I want to watch this so much for many reasons now. The music, the animation, and it's always great to have a good love story that you might need a box of Kleenex with.
Yeah, so I was gonna say the exact same thing for this one. This was an anime that I was going to plan to watch anyway. It's the seiyus that are affiliated with this show is a very stacked heavy, and like I said, I usually watch anime are that have my favorite seiyus in it, and Nao Toyama is one of them, and I've really gone to like her, and both of these songs, like you just stated just now, they feel like they were made for this show, and they feel like such a nice companion piece to one another that if one if this song was made for another, if they were separated, I don't think it would work as the dynamic. And the composition just brings in that wonderment and mysterious mystery to what this anime is supposed to be. I looked nothing up of this anime. I only knew that I was going to watch it because of the seiyus involved with it, but it brought that wonderment that I want. And we'll talk more about this when we get to my number two, but it it it's all you want in what this kind of type of anime is going to be like.
Yeah, I thought the song was okay. Like both songs are really cute, and they certainly have charm to them, but it wasn't for me personally just really enough to pull me in and make me go, oh yeah, I'm going to add that to my watch list today. And now I've heard good things about this show. It's supposed to be really good, but it just has not piqued my interest, and I didn't think the opening did in either the opening or like I did like the ending a lot more than the opening, but even so, I still just not peaked enough to where I would go check this out. But the ending was a very, very fun song.
Let's start off with your number two then, Gray.
Sure. Okay, so my number two song is Take No Chance by All At Once, which is for the anime A Destructive God Sits Next to Me. I absolutely love the funky freshness of the song. It is just one of those things. I will say, like, I don't like the if you watch like the animation for the opening, I don't care much for that. But the song in of itself, I absolutely loved. This is the type of song that I would listen to on repeat in my car ad nauseum until people are screaming at me. Like, it's just so fun and catchy. And honestly, like, I've tried to find this song other places. Like, it's not on Apple Music. You can't find like the full version of this song anywhere. So it's almost like, well, if you want to hear the song, you kind of have to watch the show. Just that in and of itself. But the title of it also is kind of grabbing, and so like based on those two premises alone, I definitely would be interested in checking the show out.
So this is one I felt a little bit meh on. I don't know if it wasn't my style of track. I understand the whole funk to it, and it has a upbeat, funky type of beat. The show does sound interesting itself. I ended up looking it up after I heard Take Mo Chance. I guess because even though I didn't care for the track as much, it still made me look up the show and think, okay, what kind of show is this going to be? So that is a good thing. It makes you wonder about it and gets you a
Yeah,
little bit interested. So I was curious, is it going to be like a comedy? Is it going to be an action? I couldn't judge by the opening too much because it could go either way. But it got me intrigued at least.
Yeah, the vocal strings for this duo is amazing, and I love the composition for it, and it worked honestly, and it enticed me a little bit more to go and watch this. Now, the electronica composition of it was what captured me at first, but the vocal strength of the duo for this group, all that has attracted me a lot more than anything else. Yeah, continuing on to my number two, it is going to be Arigato wa Kochi no Kotoba by Narutaro Moriyama, and the ending Kokoro is Amelia by Inori Minase. It's for the opening and ending for Somalia no Mori no Kamisama, or Somalia and the God of the Forest. And I don't know nothing about this anime. The character designs looks great. However, these two songs, the opening, I I'm I fell in love with the song. The beginning piano composition was simply amazing, and it has all that wonderment that just starts the song, and it drawed me in with the vocals kind of bringing me more into the song, and just by listening to it little bit by bit, you can just understand the majesty of the song from for this anime, and not knowing anything about it, it just drawed me in. And watching the opening for this, the seeing the character designs brought me in even more. And well, the ending, I love Inori Minase. She's a very great seiyuu and vocalist. While not having the same majesty as the opening did, it is a nice dovetail to the wonderment and mystery of what this anime is going to be. And she outdone herself so much with this track. And you can tell the love and care that was put into the composition for both of these tracks. Whoever did these compositions was hand in hand with each other making it, because like Koisu Asteroid, or Asteroid in Love, it felt like you needed one. You needed both. You cannot have one without the other. You needed both to make this work.
So I totally agree with this. This was also one of my runner ups. And the animation alone interested me, but I absolutely love the ending theme, Kokoro Samali. Inori Mi Nase was just, that song blew me away and really got me interested in that, as it is just an absolutely beautiful ballad that I really want to see how this flows and fits with the show. The opening theme was very interesting. It had a unique composition that when it first opened and you hear that song Arigato wa Kochi no Kotoba, it draws you in and it kind of makes you wonder how this is going to be. And it sounds like I would say like more of an adventure show, and I still need to look this up and add it to my list. But it got me intrigued. I will say it was really the ending theme that caught my eye or ear more than anything, because Inori Minase's vocals were just amazing, and I'm excited to check this one out.
yeah. For me, this song this series is very interesting. I feel like the art direction and the character designs are really strong and really interesting. And I know nothing about this series. Until we sat down and started doing this, I'd never even heard of it. But it's definitely intriguing. And, Ken kind of talked about this earlier, but, you listen to the opening and you can really hear like that. Like there's a playfulness to it, like a childish intrigue about it that really, it does kind of like capture you a little bit. And the ending is very, very beautiful. I think it's a absolutely gorgeous and stunning song. And like Ken's right, like it's kind of like each song kind of complements each other, and they kind of go hand in hand. And it is very interesting, and it's definitely entered my radar.
And with that, let's continue on to our number one for this season, Winter Anime 2020. Let's start with you, Luna. What is your number one pick?
So my number one is Darwin's Game, and I chose both the opening and ending themes for this because they both were fan-freaking-tastic. And the opening was Chained by Asuka, and that is I would say like a high energy type of song, and it caught my ear easily as she reminded me of Lisa's anime songs. Like her voice is somewhat similar, and that's what drew me in. And it's an upbeat song that's fast paced, so this show is going to be, I'm hoping it's going to be fast paced. I actually have heard good things about Darwin's Game, but I know nothing of what it's about. So I'm hoping it's as good as the opening and ending track are. And just Asuka's vocals were great in this. It fits perfect with the song, and I loved it. I will say, the ending theme is where it's at because Ayano Mashiro blew it out of the park with Alive. This girl has pipes on her and can sing, and first time I've ever heard a song by her, and she is immediately on my radar after this. Alive is an extremely powerful vocal track, and to me, this sounds like the Darwin's Game will have I would say a major like impact on like major characters and events happening. That's what the vibe it gives me. And character wise too, I'm curious if this is one they're gonna start killing people off, and this theme gave me that vibe of how powerful it was. So I'm very curious about watching this, and I put this immediately on my watch list. Hearing both of these tracks just blew me out of the water, and Alive has been on repeat because it's such a strong track on here. And I am super excited about watching this, and judging by the title, Darwin's Game, it sounds like Darwinism and survival of the fittest type thing. So I'm hoping it's along those routes.
Okay, so Luna, I know what this show's about. Do you want me to tell you?
Go ahead.
Okay, so it's a battle royale survivor game where people download a smartphone app and they get superpowers.
All right, that sounds amazing.
It does.
Okay,
I'm
so
more excited.
So I was planning on watching this show 3 weeks ago, but I've had my head so far up Wizard's ass I haven't gotten around to it yet. And this has been high on my to watch list. And I've actually been really excited for this, and I just haven't gotten around to it. So I'm really glad you put this high on your list, and we can kind of talk about it a little bit. Because I don't know anything about like the opening or ending. I know what the anime is and the concept of it and everything like that. And I have been absolutely intrigued ever since I heard about it. And so it's really, really good. I've seen clips of it. It sounds like fantastic. And both of the songs, the opening and ending, are really good. The opening is kind of the one I preferred a little bit over the ending because it really adds like this sense of urgency to it. Like you really get that sense of urgency, and because it's a battle royale survivor sort of style anime, it really suits and fits well within like the themes and motifs that they're really going for in the series. And that really pulled me in, and like I'm planning on starting Darwin's Game sometime in the near future. which is one of the other reasons it didn't make my list, is I was already planning on starting it within the next week or two. But this is an absolutely fantastic opening and ending, and definitely, like I said, it makes you want to go watch it.
I've heard about this anime also. I don't know anything about it, but that was pretty much the most detailed description of what this anime was from you, Gray. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
And I really did like the opening. Asuka Shane was amazing. The violin composition made this song so much more immediate, and when it was paired with her hitting that chorus, it was just the cherry on top of the sundae. It was perfect when I first heard this song. However, with Ayano Mashiro's Alive, man, just you watch the preview for the song, you hear in it, she has some pipes on her, but by darn, and she blew everything out with this song. And I like, after hearing that, I was like, powerfully vocal wise, oh man, there was nothing that could match her to that point. And it was something. It was something to watch. Originally, these were also in my runners up because I knew of it. I wasn't sure of how I was gonna do it because I've heard in the ether of, well, this anime is popular, but I don't know any of the seiyus that might be in it because I specifically only watch things on seiyu base now, and it makes me want to watch this like so much more than it did when I first started doing this series.
Oh yeah, I think after Gray explained the whole premises, these theme songs fit perfectly with it now and got me even more excited seeing how it all fits together.
So with that, let's start with your number one, Gray. Tell us what song or songs captured your heart for this season.
Yes,
2020.
Like the moment I heard it, I knew it'd be my number one song. I didn't think anything would be able to beat this, and it just, like, nothing has. This song is absolutely fantastic, and it's the ending of a show I was already kind of eyeballing a little bit. Now, I don't know much about this series. I really don't know too much about it. And I did like a quick read, a brief summary read about what it's about, and it sounds intriguing. Although I thought it'd be like a crime noir based off of like the ending theme, and it's not that. But still, it's a really fun ending theme. What I picked was Inspector, which is the name of the anime. The ending theme is Last Dance by Mamoru Miyano. And this song is absolutely fantastic. I love Swing. Swing is fantastic. If you listen to like the regular podcast series, you probably heard me mention this before. But I was a band nerd. I was a band geek. I played saxophone growing up. So I was in the jazz band, and a lot of jazz music I just gravitate toward, like just a moth to a flame. And I loved this theme. It, like, the swing, the trumpets, the sound, that bass line, everything about this song is perfect. I mean, just absolutely perfect. From the vocals, the styling of it, it made me want to go grab my girlfriend, pick her up, and start dancing with her. Like, I absolutely loved everything about this song. It hits literally all the check boxes. Like, I've wanted to learn how to dance for years so I could go dance to music just like this. I absolutely loved it, and it definitely made me want to go check out Inspector because it really raised this level of intrigue as to, ooh, what could this show be about? What could it, have in it that really makes this like the ending theme that was chose for this? It really made me want to just sit down and find out tonight, what in the world is going on. And I absolutely loved it. I've already downloaded it. I think I've watched the music video 3 times today alone. I absolutely love this song and everything about it. It is so good, so fantastic, and it just really leaves a mark. I mean, if you're gonna go out with a bang, and this does it. This right here does it well, and my hat's off. Like, my hat's off. I love this song. It's so good, so good. It just perfect, absolutely perfect.
So immediately when I heard this song, I was like, I swear to God, Gray is gonna pick this. I already knew.
Yep.
I already knew somewhere in his top 5 he was gonna pick this song.
You know me well.
I absolutely agree with you 100%. This song was fan-freaking-tastic. I love Miyano Mamoru, and he is a great voice actor, and he is a staple in the industry. He is fan-freaking-tastic with the amount of just honors that he's have done with the seiyuu industry. And this song, I've listened to a couple of his tracks, and I know that he was a pretty decent singer, but this was like, by God, if he wants to and just do singing for the rest of his life, he can.
Yeah, he totally could.
This track was fan-freaking-tastic, and it played to his vocal strength so well. So well.
Oh, if he wanted to become like a jazz singer or something in that field, my God, that would be like him answering the calling. Like, he could do it and not miss a beat. My Lord. Because his vocals are suited well for that. I mean, I don't want to just, typecast him to one genre of music, but my God, did he just kick it out of the park for this one.
Oh yeah, I completely agree, and I love Mamoru Miyano. I've been a big fan of him since, oh my gosh, he was Shoran in Tsubasa Chronicles, and he was also on a lot of the vocal tracks. So I absolutely love him, and this song played to his vocal capabilities amazingly, and it was a fun track. Like, I greatly enjoyed it. And I already had this one on my list. I've been very interested in Spectra. I've seen a few clips from it. I've heard a lot of good things on Blurry.com from folks. And it's one I've been looking forward to. So I have even more reason to say I'm excited. I did not have this on my honorable mentions, although I actually regret I don't now. But it is a great track, and I agree, he could just go off being a vocalist, and he does have a best album that dropped last year, so if you guys want all his songs, you can buy that. But I'm excited about this one looks like a lot of fun, and I will probably be blind buying this when it comes out.
And we'll continue on to my number 1 here, and oh boy, this was fun. And it's a pair, and it's going to be from the anime series Oshi ga Budokan ni Itara Shinu, or If My Favorite Idol Went to Budokan, I Will Die. And it is the opening Clover Wish by Jam Jam, which is the other group inside the anime, and a cover of Momoiro Kata Omoi by Eripios, the voice actress, or the character, but the voice actress is Ai Furanzo. She made her seiyuu debut with the Dumbbells song, or the Dumbbell anime last season.
A show. That is a show.
That is a show. But, yes, so, with Clover Wish, oh my goodness. So, I could probably read a book on this anime. So, this song, it's a simple song. It's a simple composition. If I heard any ass random idol sing it, I would probably write it off a little bit more. But listening to it, and well, not so much write it off. I think I'd pay a little bit of attention to it to see if they're gonna do any other song. But this song drew me in, and I was watching this. And immediately I was like, yes, this song pretty much matches what I want in a idol song. It in my mind is one of the best idol songs that I've heard. Vocally, everything was correct. All the voice actresses that did the song was on point. The composition was on point for the song. It's probably one of the best idol songs that I heard. And I've listened to a bunch of idol songs. And not slamming all the recent idol stuff, but this goes back to the simple idol stuff that I loved back into the early teens to mid-aughts. and it just the little bits that these voice actresses do for this song was just simply amazing. And Momita Katamori Omoi, while it is a cover, it's Ai Furanzo does an amazing part with this song, and a little bit of a spoiler near the end. So the idol that she really likes in this series sings it with her at the last episode, and I was brought to tears when I saw that, and I heard it. I was like, "Oh my god, she did! She got to sing it with her favorite idol at the end of the series." I'm hoping there's going to be a season 2 because I want to hear more songs by Cham Jam, the inner idol group that's in this. And I don't watch the idol songs. The Bang Dream is vaguely to that point there of an idol anime song, but it draws me in even more that I'm going to watch idol animes a little bit more now, and maybe that's gonna be my comfort food of what the idol industry has become as of late. But this song was just simply amazing. I heard it, immediately watched the anime. It was already the third weekend, and it was just simply amazing.
So I enjoyed both opening endings. I thought it was really cute, and as you know, I've gotten into the idol anime such as like Love Live, and I still need to watch Bang Dream and Idol Master. But this one just seemed really cute and not as high energy as Love Live, which I liked. It seemed like a little bit more of a chill show. Plus, the theme song, like Clover Wish, was really nice. I mean, and it fit so well with the animation style and the girls in it from when you see at the opening. So I really like that. And just like the ending also, I mean, it just had this really cute style that it's going to be a cute and interesting show that takes you down the roads of the idol industry. And I feel like this is will probably be a lot more realistic than, say, Love Live. Because Love Live does teach you, show you things about the idol industry, but this one seems like it's a little bit, I don't know, more realistic. So I'm looking forward to watching this one, and especially after all your good things, I better bring my tissues because I will be with you crying right there at the end, because I cried at the end of season 1 of Love Live, and I cried of season 2, and Sunshine only made me tear up a tiny bit. So this sounds like I will be in tears.
So I'm gonna say a little bit about this. So it's fairly similar to Love Life. Of it shows the day in and day out of the idol industry. However, it shows it from the fan perspective, and this is why I attached myself so hard to this anime. Also, after the fact that I was one of these people. I was a super hardcore one of these people. I still am to a certain point, but it brought me towards like, I look back on fond memories. I'm still am one of the 3 protagonists in this series. I'm one of them, and I understand completely from this point of view. Just watching this anime, I'm just like, yes, I understand completely. They don't take it as a butt end of a joke, like, oh, the idol industry or the community is trash. They take it seriously. And that's what they need to do, honestly. If they take it seriously, I think a lot of people would have a different outlook of what the community is. Sure, some of them are a little bit overboard, and they do show that, but it ain't as a joke. They take it super seriously, and I am probably gonna buy the manga. I'm probably gonna buy it. I'll probably buy everything about this when it comes out in English.
And I like that you delved into it a little bit more, especially I like that it's from the fan perspective because I didn't realize that. And I think that'll give, me a better perspective on it and seeing it from fan, where like you said, Love Live is more from their perspective. But I do like the day-to-day thing because it gives it that slice of life form, and, you get to see it from that perspective, which I think is neat. And these songs go so well hand in hand with it.
Yeah, so full disclosure, I've already promised Ken I was going to watch this before we even sat down and did this. But listening to like the opening and endings are just absolutely fantastic. I don't know. I'm fairly certain you already know this, Ken, but the opening is available on Apple Music. So if you're interested, you can definitely check that out. I downloaded mine. I absolutely loved and adored this song. It was really close to being in my top 5, and it kind of got edged out just a little bit. Like if we had a 6th slot, this would be it. It is absolutely just such a fun song. I really, really enjoyed the opening, and the ending is really solid too. I really, really like the ending. It's definitely a good, catchy song. I didn't know it was a cover until Ken told me, but even not knowing that, I felt like they did a solid job, and that song is definitely a lot of fun and really catchy. And it sounds like a great show. It certainly sounds like it has like a charm to it. Just watching like some clips from the animation and stuff like that, like it's just got like this charm aspect to it. So I will watch it. It is on my fast track. It is like I'm hoping to sit down within the next week or two to sit down and start watching it. But yes, this was definitely a fantastic song, and just it's a good way to open a show and to really just set the mood and tone for what the show is going to be.
But yeah, with that, hopefully you guys liked our picks here. Tell us if there is an anime opening or ending that you guys kind of did like that we didn't mention. I mean, there are openings and endings that we didn't mention that because of series that we are watching, but these were all new series to us for the most part. And it's good to indulge ourselves a little bit more into this because anime is great. Anime is great, and the music industry is going hand in hand now with anime, and it's good to see all of that. If we did last season's one, oh man, this would have been difficult to choose.
Yeah, and it's anime that really got me into this whole thing. So it's kind of like, for me, it's kind of like returning to my roots, like where I started. So it was really fun. It was really nice to sit down and find some new shows to check out. Definitely add to the ever growing you need to watch this list. Gets bigger by the day.
Yeah, with that, you can like, rate, and subscribe to us on our YouTube channel here. We also do regular shows, which is probably around the length of the show. You can also check us out on all our social media stuff at Ongaku To You on Twitter and Instagram. You can check out our site where we do a lot of news and reviews and everything with the Japanese music industry at ongakutoyou.com. You can follow our 2 affiliates, actually 3 affiliates. You can follow Koryu Hunter. He is a Twitch streamer who does all the horror games. You can check him out at twitch.tv/Koryu Hunter, KYORYUHUNTER. You can also follow our other affiliate, Timber Taff. He is a Twitch streamer in his own right who does all the lovely things such as The Witcher and The Witcher and more The Witcher. And you can check him out at twitch.tv/TimberTaft, TIMBRTFT. You can also check out our other affiliate, Rose. She is your sister, right, Luna?
Yes, she is. Yep. She just started streaming on Twitch, and she's been going through RuneScape and
Monster Hunter World.
Yes.
Yes. So you can check her out at twitch.tv/RainstarKitty, RAINSTARKITTY. And you can check out the podcast that I do with Koryu Hunter and Timber Taff called Podosaurus. It is a gaming podcast that we all do together, and we'll probably talk about Final Fantasy, Resident Evil 3, and we'll probably talk about Witcher, because gosh darn Timber, I got that stupid song stuck in my head now. But yeah, you can check it out on the YouTube. Just look out Koryu Hunter, same as the Twitch handle spelling on YouTube, and you can find out more info there. But yeah, I want to say thank you for listening to this special episode of Ongaku To You. I'm your host, Ken, saying thank you very much, and have a great day. Aloha.
Thank you so much for listening to the special anime episode. We hope you enjoyed it, and check out some of these as well. This is Luna, signing off. Ja matane.
And this is Gray. Thank you guys so much for checking us out. If you have a song or opening that you really, really love that we did not mention, be certain to drop it in the comments below. We'd love to hear what we missed. And thank you guys so much for checking us out. You guys have a great day, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.